Oh, background's kind of screwy.
Who,
Let me
yours or
change.
mine?
No, I normally put a, yeah, there we go. What's up, my
Uh,
man? Derby Day.
did you put a link out on the Twitter?
You know what? I did not. What I could do is we got 40 people on right now. I think it's already on Twitter. Just it automatically goes on there.
It does. Oh,
Yeah.
Let me retweet it myself then.
Yeah, it automatically should go on there. Bob Jackson, let's go. And of course, we got Citizen Bowl 2025 winner. Let's up and go. Yeah. We got some cool stuff to start the show.
Well, we've got and I'm not sure who else is. Are any of the other fellows going to be joining us here?
Well, everybody has the link, so I know Dylan's in contention.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out right now. In fact,
but what we have,
Dylan is. Oh wow, you got James Hurt. The Jonathan Kinchin's at almost 20,000.
he's back.
Yep. Let's see what he hit.
He is back. What did he do?
He hit the.
He probably rolled.
He hit.
He went all in, all in.
He hit a race 8. Wait a minute. Oh, he hit the dead heat race. He had a big exacta 7 with 10 and 7 with 2, and they both paid out because it ran 7 with a dead heat 2, and that's your race. That was the race where you had the banishing. Anyway, that's what he
I
hit.
love banishing. My
Dylan,
man, Kakosi, man. Dobro,
What's that?
bro. I was talking to my Serbian buddy here. Bob, can't wait for your picks. Well, on my private Patreon group, I have a win 2 seconds. And I put my Derby picks out there. Man, I really needed banishing. Oh my God, the double I would have hit, because I hit the turf horse I got bet down from 4 to 2 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a $50 double, which, that would have helped me out.
I forgot Oakland was still racing until you just put it up on the screen.
Yeah, we have Dick Best going off in 5 minutes. And here's a story with Dick Best. Dick Best is getting 17 pounds on the favorite. We've got a 10-pound bug that's going to carry 107. She makes weight. He can rate. We're gonna break him sharp, but we're just, we're gonna settle out there. There's no speed on the outside. Track the probably the 1, 2, and the 5, or the 1, or wherever we're gonna be. He's doing really good. He needed the last race. It was not a speed favoring track the last time he ran. He ran against the flow. He needed the race. He came back with a bullet, and he's feeling good. I mean, he's one of the better horses. We haven't had a lot of good horses down there, so he's by far the best horse that Danny has saddled. And after this race, he'll be coming up to Hawthorne.
You say that's in 15 minutes?
4 minutes. I got it on the screen.
Oh, okay. And then we've got the Turf Classic at Churchill, the race before the Derby.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I got doubles and this and that. Of course, my pick 3 went out the window because I singled the 5 test score, which got rolling a little bit too late. Ended up getting up for second. What are you gonna do? I guess Rich Nielsen singled Zulu Nation in his pick 6. He said on Lone Speed text group. So I hope he's still alive. Well, he would be alive. Was that the last race?
What was what?
Test score, the Zulu Nation, was that or?
Yeah, there was the 7 furlong filly and mare sprint before that, or after that.
Oh, and I'm assuming he hit that race. I don't know.
The favorite one there, Copian. So
I'm sure he had it. I think a lot of people are alive.
Which runner is Dick Best here?
Dick Best is the 10. So Danny's had an awful meet there. But Danny, in his defense. We're at Oaklawn with, my dad's better horses are, synthetic and turf horses. It's got a lot of young, like cheap dirt horses that are maidens and non-two lifers for the most part, except for Dick Best. And he's been overmatched down there. So once he comes back to Hawthorne, he'll do much better. And we're expecting a board hit here. I'm hoping. I mean, I think he can win if he's talented enough to win this race, but he's got to get back, and he's feeling good. So we'll see.
All right. Are you said you gave out a winner in 2 seconds today, huh?
Yeah, and my little buy me a coffee Patreon thing.
Yeah.
So
Something's weird here with the DRFPPs for this Oaklawn race. I'm going to refresh
what's wrong?
it. Well, it's showing 2 number 6s, Wrecker Point and Plausible Denial. Yeah, the numbers are all off. What number is Plausible Denial?
He's wishing us good luck, in case any of you want to know.
Steve, what number is Plausible Denial here at Oaklawn?
Plausible Denial is
the 6. Yeah, all the numbers are off. All the numbers are off. Betty's Cash is the 1, but it's showing as the 2.
Where are you seeing that?
On Formulator.
Well, I'm seeing Betty's Cash. Refresh it or hit.
I did. There's something screwy.
Okay, mine says Betty's Cash, but I pulled this up this morning, so I'm not refreshing it.
Yeah, there's just an error. There's an error with Formulator for some reason.
Dick Best projected to go off at 37-1. I don't know about that from 14. Is that possible? That would be insane.
Dick Best projected for 37-1.
Is that going to happen? I could, huh? From the gate they're walking up to the gate now. Oh my God, this would be great. I mean, he's a fighter. He his last race was a nothing one on the lead. He was coming off a 9-month layoff. It was just a dead rail. Everything went from outer space that day. There's a lot of speed on the inside. The 1, the 2, and the 5 specifically.
And the runners have now reached the starting gate. It's post time for race number
So the
8.
idea here is to just kind of
Betty's Cash
break
to the
sharp.
inside post, the first one to load into the gate.
We already got 108 people
Line
online,
over
109
coming
and
up.
climbing.
Myra's Boy, Hearn post 2.
My dad's going to come down here and bust through the door if we win this race.
Working with Myra's Boy, Palm Tree post 3. Spoiler in the purple. Inexorable. Wrecker Point and Dick Best, the next 2. Dick Best has gone into the gate.
Let's go Dickie Best.
Wrecker Point goes in as
Dickie
well.
Best.
Plausible Denial.
Dickie Nielsen.
Post position at number 6.
Head's a little cockeyed.
Loaded
Straight
first
there.
bid. And to the outside post, Imperial Gun, who drew in from the also eligible list for our leading trainer, Steve Asmussen. We're ready to go.
Keep him straight there. Keep him straight.
And
Got out
they're off.
a little bobble hop.
Getting squeezed at the break was Myra's Boy. Drops to the rear. Betty's Cash from the inside going to the lead from Wrecker Point. Hearn had to steady hard off of heels. Drops back to fourth. Palm Tree just past him as they corner into the first turn run. They've sorted
All right,
themselves
just
out. Betty's
relax in
Cash
there.
on the front end. A length
That's
to
what
the
we
right.
kind of wanted, I
Comes
guess.
in the second position. Wrecker Point off the speed today. He's third. Hearn is tugging on the inside of horses. My Noble Knight with him. The gray Plausible Denial is there swinging up the back stretch. And first bid, who's 4 deep. Gap of 2 to Imperial Gun. Then Spoiler in the purple jacket. Fourth last. Myra's Boy makes his way into the third last position. Inexorable is second to last. As they head down the backstretch, first bid trailing just 6 lengths from first to last. They are compact. Betty's Cash went quick early, slows the tempo down pretty hard here. And Betty's Cash is the pacemaker by 3 parts of a length. Going pretty well here as they approach the forward turn run. Palm Tree running in the second position. My Noble Knight right behind the horses here is Wrecker Point.
Gotta go from here.
Going into the forward turn run. My Noble Knight still searching for racing room. Going okay.
He's already getting busy.
Turn. Plausible Denial. Fifth sent along. First bid, Dick Best. They've both lost
No good.
position. Hearn is giving way as they come to the top of the lane. Myra's Boy is next within 4 lengths. Of the
Not
lead.
what we were
They're
looking
still
for,
packed
Justin.
at the top of the lane, and My Noble Knight.
Well,
the blue
you guys will
cap
heat up at Hawthorne.
catches the eye. He looks loaded.
Yeah, that
He
wasn't
finds a
good.
way out of traffic. He's going to duck to the inside.
That's
Palm
disappointing.
Tree has the lead. My Noble
dad
Knight
won't
now
be
he's gonna
happy
weave
about that.
outside. He finds the seam between horses. My Noble Knight.
Been a
on the
disaster of
outside.
an
No
Oaklawn meet.
excuses from here, and he grabs the lead with a 16 to go. Palm Tree trying to move with
7
him.
over
My
3.
Noble Knight head in front. My Noble Knight from Palm Tree coming back. Photo finish. The heads were up and down, but I'm going to give it to My Noble Knight. I think he got a great bob there and had the head in front over Palm Tree. Ran
My
well into
Noble
feet.
Knight. Tom Amos. Yeah, Dick Best is, I don't know. He came off that layoff. I don't think he's right anymore. Too bad. I hope he didn't.
Yeah,
He kind of hopped out of the gate there. Didn't look good. But that's disappointing.
Photo finish. Photo in race 8.
All right. Well,
back to Churchill Downs.
back to Churchill.
So
Next, we have 23 minutes to post. Now, last night I got to say we had a little 3-way. Me, Dylan, and the
Right.
Caspers. And we this is kind of like the consensus pick here. I did text Karen Thornton, who owns 10% of Gold Phoenix. I said, "Hey, I do feel good about Gold Phoenix today." And he sent me a GIF back of Michael Jordan jumping from the free throw line, dunking.
okay.
So that's all I got for you.
So I think that Integration is the most likely winner, and not
Mhm.
surprisingly, he's been bet down from 4-1 to 2-1. Doesn't come as a huge shock. I did my write up this morning when I said that I didn't think we get 4-1, and that's the projected line 2-1. I was wrong. He's currently 7-2, but projected for 2-1. My interesting play here is the 6, Taking Candy. Been a big fan of this horse for a long time. I think I have been waiting for him to get a chance to try Grade 1 Company because I think he's a Grade 1 animal. Sherry DeVoe is heating up. She had a kind of a rough Keeneland meet, but she's really gotten hot this last week. Irad jumps off to ride another Chad Brown horse. Flavian jumped off that. Irad's on the 4, redistricting. Flavian jumped off redistricting to ride the 7 Running B, also for Chad. They'd be no surprise at all. Chad's also got Spirit of St. Louis in here, the Pegasus World Cup Turf winner. It's a loaded field, and I think Integration is going to get a great trip. I'm a little bit biased, and I know we're not supposed to bet this way, with our heart, but I've been waiting for this horse to get a shot at Grade 1 Company. I'm talking about number 6, Taking Candy, currently 8-1, projected for 9-1, and I think this horse is going to run huge. So I played doubles here using the 1 and the 6.
Okay. I like it. 1-6. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a 3-horse. I don't know if that makes sense. What's the project? 2-1? No, that won't be good. How do I play these 3 horses? I got a 10-1 and 8-1, and a horse that's going to go off at 2. I already have doubles with the 1 and the 2 with my horse. Oh, by the way, you know who I picked in the? Well, do we talk about our Derby picks? I saw your Derby. I mean, because you're going to do doubles, right? You're going to do a double here.
Yes, already did them, but yes.
Okay.
You're on Luxor Cafe, I think, right?
I listen. I should have picked him first in our draft for some stupid reason. I thought he'd come back. I like him even more with the way the track is, and I'm just gonna hope journalism doesn't fire on an off track. I like Luxor Cafe to win it. I like Sovereignty. I like Publisher, believe it or not, underneath, and a few others for the try, but I like Luxor Cafe to win it, so I'm probably going to do a 1-2-6. I already have a 1-2 with the 7, so I guess I'm going to do a 6-7. And if I look and see what that pays on the will pay, a 6-7 is 98-1.
Okay. You sure that's to 1 and not
Okay.
to 2? That might be 2.
It says $1 on here.
Okay. Because on Twin Spires, they're showing the probables. The exactas are $2 probables. So, because I played a 1-6 and it's paying 95.
No, well, I'm talking about the 6-7 double. Now, if you're talking about exacta,
My bad. I'm sorry. I missed.
yeah, exacta. The 1 and the 2 is 30 and 57. The 1-6 is 75. The 6-1 is 132. Wow. I guess it is going to be worth a. So say it goes 2-6. That's great too. I think I'm going to do a 3-horse box.
Okay.
We've got Stevie D joining in.
The Caspers.
I think. I'll let him get in here. I think he's having some internet issues or something. But these payouts are great. You know? Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Hold on. I was looking at Oaklawn.
Good God, Steve-O.
I know. I'm tired. DeCaspers, what's up, buddy?
Let's go, fellas. How you doing?
Stevie D.
All right. Hey,
Doing good.
I know this is going to get a Justin do. No one cares. But at Aqueduct in the stakes today, there's the greatest South American horse since Invasor is running.
Really?
He's 10 for 10.
When's this happening?
It's 1 minute away.
What
Oh,
race
well,
number?
well, let's
4
watch
minutes
it.
on.
Yeah.
Is it the?
And you can get 2-1 on him against 4 fairly pathetic horses.
Really? Okay, let me.
At Belmont. This is at Belmont to the Big A.
What number is he? The 1?
1.
K
Okay, I'll
Army.
bet him.
Let's watch this son of a gun.
Yeah, let me get that up.
Let me take you through the record real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
He has won the Alberto Vial Infante in Chile by 7 lengths. The National Ricardo Leon. These are all grade 1s. The El Derby. The St. Leger.
Carson's run is in here and is in my opinion a bet against. I'm just letting you know right now. At 8-5, bet against.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that if K Army is anything, I mean, this horse is 10 for 10. Like, he's unbelievable.
He's off. He's a many-time Grade 1 winner. He's also been off for more than a year.
That's true. Well, you know what? Nisos was off for more than 12 months. And,
Yeah.
oh, then I have an unbelievable Rich Nelson story to tell you.
Okay, let's wait till after the race.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear that.
Time for today's 10th.
Dickie Nielsen. Hey, he's got a link if he wants to come on and defend himself.
Masterpiece goes in. Deterministic.
You never know who's going to pop in from Lone Speed.
Carson's Run.
Yeah, I've always been a big Carson's Run fan, but
49th running.
that last was so disappointing.
$100,000. Tuscan Sky. Last to load. Is in. All set. And they're off in the Fort Marcy. Deterministic wanted to get on the front end. Deterministic finds the lead. Is in front. And will
Doesn't want to be down on the rail. That's for
Deterministic
sure.
is going to show
Yeah.
the way in K Army. It was off a step slow, but now moves forward. Is going to secure second. Is to the outside of
Let's
Masterpiece.
just relax there and not get the TOD. So far, so good.
End of the field and the trailer.
You don't often see the horse breaking from the rail get the TOD unless they
And Kendrick
just
Carbon
don't plan well.
the lead.
They beg
Right.
for it.
Deterministic is up by a length and a half. Comfortable now in.
We're getting into that.
K Army is stalking.
We're getting into that
Pace setter now.
area.
Back off the
The
tee.
TOD stops after the first turn, right, Justin? If you get out of the first turn,
no.
Deterministic has the lead. Right
No,
to the
it does
outside.
not
K
stop.
Army is a challenging
There are
second.
different degrees of trips of death, but
The rail followed by Tuscan Sky. The trailer is Carson's Run, who's still at the back end of the field through a 47 and 4 half-mile time. So honest fractions for Deterministic.
I mean, it's
Deterministic trying to take them all the way in the Fort
I don't know.
Marcy.
It's kind of like halfway in, halfway out.
Excuse right to
TOD.
the outside here, stalking from second. Now encouraged to keep up. Jose Lescano wants to move forward, and they work into the far turn. And Deterministic is still strong.
Deterministic is
Continues
strong.
to give chase. Masterpiece
Boy, these guys
back
are
there in third is challenging with Tuscan Sky.
quickening here. The
Carson's
force
Run,
trying to
Alan
make a
Leash
run.
from the
Your
back was
Carson
dead
horse.
last, but now
Carson's Run. Let's see. Maybe
starts to
he's
roll.
the Land
1
Super
minute,
Horse.
3/4 of a mile. Deterministic is very strong at the top of the lane.
I mean, if you win from here, I'll be like,
Rival
wow.
down. Carson's Run is lifting, but has a
Looks
lot
like he's
of ground to
choppy
make
when
up
he's
for.
running.
Front running Deterministic, who approaches the final furlong.
Well, I wouldn't
Deterministic
call him
is still
Invisor.
running away
Oh,
with
so
it.
much for Invisor.
Deterministic inside the final 16th. This is a dominating effort here. Deterministic front running wins the Fort Marcy. Carson's Run second.
Entertainment value only, right?
Masterpiece finished fourth in 1 minute 45.70 seconds. That would be a track record. I'm looking.
That's
at
a mile and an
times
eighth?
in the Fort Marcy.
I mean, that's pretty fast. Looked a little choppy. Looked like he wasn't really on. Was he on the right lead there? I don't know. He was kind of.
Well, that horse just sucked. Oh well.
Well, he broke. He was on the rail, and then, like you said, you don't want to be on the rail, and then he kind of got into a weird spot. I thought.
is
And then-
Churchill Downs video off for some reason on Twin Spires? Can you get it?
I'm on Naira Betts.
I got it.
Huh.
Okay, quick Rich Nelson story.
Yes, let's hear it.
Rich Nelson is live in the pick six, the
Right.
2-day pick six.
Okay.
Is 6 horses in this race and 5 horses in the Derby. He does not have integration on his ticket. He has no idea how he left the horse off. Does not have it. Had the 11, though, who's scratched and is praying that integration goes as the post-time favorite.
Which he will.
He isn't right now.
Yeah, he's going to. He's not. He's 2-1 projected.
It looks like Spirit. Oh, he's 2-1 projected. It looks
Projected.
like St. Louis is getting hammered right now.
Yeah, but right now, Spirit of St. Louis is 3-1. Integration 7-2. Integration's projected for 2-1. And I'm sure if we check double probables or rather double will.
Yeah, the doubles were pretty clear. But it's looking. I just didn't even think it was going to be a contest. It's looking a little tight.
I'm going to Will Pays.
Do we think
it's
it's
double? There's no question. Integration will be the favorite.
Okay.
There should be no question. The first 4 legs. Did we have any prices in there?
Yeah. Well, he beat Torpedo Anna.
Yes.
So I don't know what the price of that winner was, but you had the 1-9 shot go down.
It was like 3-1, I think, 7-2.
And then yeah,
Oaks.
I don't. And then the Oaks wasn't a price. I forget who the other horse was.
So he's 4 for 4.
He is 4 for 4.
Okay. Okay.
Is there something that you like at Churchill? Is that why you wanted me to go there? Or no?
Well, yeah. Are you talking about me?
I'm not Churchill. Oh wait, what am I smoking?
Yeah. What are you smoking?
I don't know. I was looking at 5 tracks that were on the Derby card. I was at Belmont. I'm at Oaklawn. I'm like, oh Jesus, I need.
Yeah. So I'm on Taking Candy here with an exact.
I'm gonna put Taking Candy here. I'm gonna go redo my water. Tell the casters why you like Taking Candy.
Well, DeCastros has heard it before.
I've heard the lecture.
It's the same exact feeling that brought me to Saffron Moon yesterday, and that ended in disaster. Obviously, I've just been a fan of this horse. This horse was winning moments before our current president was shot in the ear in Butler, Pennsylvania. I watched this race and news of the assassination attempt from the United Lounge at Orlando International Airport on my way to Washington, D.C. to go watch the next day's Euro final between Spain and England. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. And I gave out Taking Candy that day to my friends at 10-1 on the morning line, a winner at 5.8-1. Then Taking Candy hooked Running B and lost at a mile at Churchill after that. Got some time off, won at 1 1/8. The first time he's run 1 1/8 in the Fairgrounds race. Had him that day. Irad jumps off. His brother jumps on. Sherry DeVoe has been warming up. You've got 2 very fast works coming in here.
Very well rated works, by the way. The Clockers report loves him.
Yeah, so I'm on the horse. I'm doing a 2x2 double here into the Derby. The 1 and the 6 to my 2 Kentucky Derby bombs, East Avenue and Chunk of Gold.
Okay.
To buy myself a new house. Should I connect?
Hey, if the audience is looking for a price and an interest and a horse that could just wake up out of nowhere, who's not in against much, I would point them to Peter Miller in the 4th at Santa Anita, which is going in a minute. That is who I'm taking in the horse tourneys contest.
Peter Miller in the 4th at Santa Anita.
Peter Miller in the 4th. Like, I think you're going to get double-digit odds on him.
That's Ellie Moore.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and I have a play of the day at Santa Anita, which I don't know if you looked it up or not, but it's the 3 in the finale.
Yeah.
Needle Point.
I'm currently trying to get the 8 up here at Tampa.
You're all over the place.
I am. I'm in this horse tourneys contest. Oh, for God's sake, what a terrible ride. Mercy, day in the morning. You just can't. Keep coming. Oh, for fuck's sake. That is pretty disgusting.
My God, my sciatica's killing me. I got to get a new mattress.
Sciatic.
I'm telling you guys, if you don't have a good mattress, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And I got my mattress looks like a chalupa. Like I'm just buried in the middle. I'm sleeping on the edges now to offset it.
Boy, Taking Candy just looks like a racehorse.
You're really just trying to sell me here.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to sell anybody. I'm a believer that this horse is very, very good.
Okay, what do we know? 2 to 3. Okay, he did some things. Now, okay, wait a minute. You're a 5-year-old. As a 4-year-old, you run once, and you won, right? Wait, no, ran third. Wait, what am I smoking here? No, you ran 3 times as a 4-year-old.
Yeah, the horse was a 4-year-old in 2024. You
And
know,
then-
has run against some good horses.
So you ran once as a 5-year-old. You win at fairgrounds. It was very
Irad gave
professional
the horse
looking.
a phenomenal ride.
Okay.
I hate to say it. I'm so locked into integration. I can't like even hear.
And I would love if integration wins, I would take that.
Yeah.
Now projected to go off at 3 to 1.
Rich Nilsson may have a problem.
Mm-hmm. Is that too loud? Me eating?
It's okay. I've learned to let that go.
Protein bar. Let me make my bets. I have to do a double with your horse. Because if I don't, let me go back and see. On these big days, I always forget what the hell I bet. All right.
Oh, if
Especially
Peter
with my
Miller,
mind.
if Peter Miller has any finish, he's going to get it done here. Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter. Get it done, baby. Get it done. Get it done on this 5. Come on, baby. Get it done on this 5. You got to be kidding me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Instead, it was a 17-1 trained by Ruben Gomez that gets the win.
Just
Are we
you know,
talking about Santa Anita?
Yeah,
Just shoot me. Literally just euthanize me.
that's Steve DeCaspers. That's a bit unnecessary, don't you think? I mean, euthanization.
Honestly, it is so sick. And then there are
Oh, you sound like Justin now.
no, that was pretty sick.
What about Cherie's horse taking Candy?
Boy,
Because
what
I
a-
remember when he was here in November, he didn't get the greatest of ride. I don't really
What?
go after with the rides. But
Whoever
that race,
Talking
that
about my horse here.
Selection. That's a
Yeah, they're talking about him.
good
Yeah.
defeating Higgins. Higgins' boat ran a good second the other day. There he is, right there, having the lead on Running B before the final furlong in early September at Saratoga. He's an interesting sort as well. He really is. Cherie's been doing great work all week long. Look at the second to Carl Spackler back in September of 2023.
Got a great trip in the fairgrounds. A great trip.
I think this horse has a lot of talent.
Slow pace, bunched up. It was a forward flow to the race. A Higgins boat. A What Say. These are nice horses. These are grade 3 caliber. You mentioned it
I mean, we
earlier.
would think Carl Spackler would probably be the big favorite in this spot.
Oh yeah.
But Tony Callow is making a dumb argument here.
I know we can't gauge that, but this guy, and I know it was once upon a
Is
time.
Joey
but
K poo-pooing your horse?
Obviously, he's a
I don't know.
5-year-old. He's only been to the
I
post
listen
on
to these
9
guys,
occasions.
Right.
I
So
didn't.
he's had his issues.
Yeah, Sharia said she's got to pick her spots for him.
Yeah,
And he's going to get the trip he wants. He's going to get the same kind of trip he got in the fairgrounds.
right.
So he should be in position. All right, we're going to send him to the gate here for the
All right.
I think it's
race
nuts.
right before the Kentucky Derby. So
Oh,
stick
okay,
around,
do we have a
everybody.
problem
The
with- on the
Kentucky
tote
Derby
board
is
for
coming
Rich
up
Nelson
next.
here?
He's running
We do.
of
We
the
do.
Old Fort Bourbon
Oh
Turf
my God.
Classic, Island 8th on a turf course rated as good. Good luck.
I mean, he already has the 10 anyway, right?
Right. So that means he needs some late money to come in on the 1, which I think has to happen. I mean, I just can't believe that they're going to let integration go off at 7-2.
Well, oh boy.
Look how dark it is at Churchill Downs.
They got lights.
I know, but I mean,
Did you guys watch my video about the most shocking Kentucky Derby finishes?
no, I forgot.
When you get a chance, watch it. Muddy track, Rich Strike, My Night Bird. Weird things happen.
Chunk of gold.
And the horses have crossed onto the turf course. They're at the gate. It's post time.
You should be rooting for the horse I picked. I got Davy Crawley calling me. Oh, God.
Waiting for Spirit of St. Louis and Gigante.
What number's taking Candy?
6.
All right, 1, 2, 6. Well, I'll take 6. 2.
They're in the gate and they're off. Running Bee, mid-pack out well. So too Cameo Performance and Mercante. Redistricting with speed today and taking Candy too.
No trip
So
of death
for
for
the
taking
first
Candy,
time,
please.
there's
No
4. And now
effing
5
trip of
across the
death.
tracker.
There goes the 9. There
Redistricting
goes the
down
9.
inside, tries to defer. No one's in a
Smart
hurry
ride.
to
Who's
get to
riding?
the lead. So Mercante and Joseph Ramos take the initiative. And
Well, that
go
horse
out
was
to lead
supposed to be on
way.
the lead.
And
Now-
with that, redistricting
Oh.
tugs up toward the inside.
Going outside.
and
Let's go
comes
3
on-
wide
comes
with
on
this.
to
Just
the
relax.
top
There you
left.
go.
And now
Brutal.
here comes
Relax.
Gigante. So Gigante, Joel
Well, got
Rosario,
real keen
was
there.
tired of waiting and has taken charge. Gigante steps out to lead by 2.5 to the backstretch run. Mercante running in second, taking Candy 3 wide, third, redistricting down inside fourth. Integration in between, coasting along while fifth. Cameo Performance in sixth, Running Bee in seventh. Highway
Integration's in
Robbers
between
in
horses and went off at 3 to
St.
1.
Louis is ninth, and Gold Phoenix the trailer, 8 lengths off the lead. 47-4 for Gigante. Mercante is coming up to put some pressure on as those two head to the far turn. Gigante, the lead's down to a neck. Mercante right up alongside, and now these two knock heads around
Integration
the far
needs to win
turn.
this part of the race.
Redistricting is ready to roll
Bottom
down inside.
So
Taking
that
Candy
he's done.
right there too.
He's
Cameo Performance.
Taking
waits 3
Candy
wide for
should-
the run to the quarter pole. Highway Robbers
should
gonna
have a
stick
shot
to the
here.
rail as they come to the top of the stretch. Here's Mercante coming off the turn,
Holy
grabbing
shit.
the lead. Gigante back to second.
Oh.
Redistricting is there.
Dig, who's come up the
Integration is
rail?
bottled up.
Where's
Highway
integration?
Robber up the inside.
Come on.
Cameo
Taking
Performance
Candy?
taking Candy.
Dig,
Spirit of St.
ah.
Louis down the
Here
center.
comes that
Six
10. There's
across
a
the track,
3.
and Gold
I don't
Phoenix
know.
comes through toward
Spirit of
the
St.
rail.
Louis.
Be on the outside in a wild finish. Spirit of St. Louis won it.
Jeez.
Spirit
Well, hey, that
of
may help
St.
out the race.
Louis
Let's see
is
who's
up in
favored.
time. There too, Mercante,
Oh, he-
Highway
did he have that
Robber,
one
Gold
anyway?
Phoenix, Mercante, Redistricting, and Running Bee.
The 10 was favored, so if Rich had the 10, he gets it twice.
I think Rich has 2 tickets on the 10.
Yeah, he does.
Bad finish.
All right,
in the
well-
39th running of the Old Forester.
Boy, that
Bourbon
was
and Turf
taking
Classic.
Candy just
You
quite
could see
couldn't.
right away everybody
here we
was
go.
trying to get away from the inside. Mercante comes away with the lead at the top of the lane, but they're coming from everywhere. Cameo Performance has a look. Highway Robber along the inside, redistricting right there in the battle as well. But here is the one with the widest charge in the center of the race course.
One.
Spirit of St. Louis over the top of all of them, right in
7 was
time
rolling
to
too.
win the 39th running of the Old Forester Bourbon.
Mercante got
Classic.
second.
Dude, figuring out who got
right
third.
now. I'm done with integration. I will never bet integration again. He is.
Yeah, that was bad.
He is
Perfect.
kind of a piece of shit. I really like in all seriousness.
It wasn't good.
He's kind of a terrible horse. No, I'm serious. And you know what? I got duped into him.
Yeah.
You know, McGay
Yeah,
is a terrible trainer. Who wrote him?
Oh.
Whoever wrote him is awful.
So this is one of the 4 Chads?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the
The
problem.
favorite. I mean, it's the favorite. It's another
I know,
favorite.
We were talking last night. Chad, you like this one, you like that one, but it's just like who's one. You pick the 10. I guarantee if we pick the 10, it doesn't win.
Dettori. Yeah.
I mean,
No, man.
the other Chad would win if we picked it.
That was bad.
Gold Phoenix
Okay.
ran a decent race there for third.
Integration was in between horses the whole way.
Yeah, it's like Dettori was just trying to be in bad shape the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what you get. That's what you get.
That's disheartening.
But this is I'm
Uh.
just saying a complete and total divorce from integration at this
Yeah.
point.
I
Total divorce. Yeah,
can't
I'm
argue.
never going back there. Never again.
He ran a really good race against Carl Spackler, and he almost won the Pegasus World Cup turf. I mean,
You know what? The almost is the key to that horse.
Almost is the key word. Yeah.
Pathetic. God dang. I keep much of my day around that horse.
Yeah. My doubles are gone. I really don't have any horizontal wager whatsoever. I hate not having a will pay, at least with a double. That
yeah.
kind of sucks.
Well, I need to wait. For the, I need to check my. What is that buzzing noise?
I don't know. Was that me? That wasn't me. Was that you?
I don't think so.
If there's a minor noise, Justin Dew will sniff it out.
Yeah, well, that was pretty loud.
I think that was me getting hit with a text message. To be perfect.
There you go.
Okay. Do we have any bonus action anywhere? Gulfstream, no. There's Woodbine. Woodbine started?
Woodbine has started.
Yeah, 0 minutes to post there. It's a maiden optional claiming race, nothing exciting. I do like a horse at Oaklawn that we could look at. We have. Let's take a look at the odds for the Kentucky Derby. For shits.
Boy, that was really surprising. I mean, what is with integration?
Yeah, there was nothing there. Maybe he was bottled up, but you could pick a lane and at least show something. Like Banishing. Banishing didn't have a good trip, but he showed you how game he is. Where was that from integration today? All right, so the odds in the Kentucky Derby, guys. Citizen Bull's been taking money all day and yesterday. What's the story? Why is Citizen Bull 12-1?
Baffert.
I don't think the horse has a prayer in Vegas of winning this race. Final Gambit taking money. I get it. We all get it. American Promise has been taking money. The scratch never happened.
You can't look at the projected odds for the Derby because they're irrelevant. Like,
no, I'm not looking at projected
No,
odds.
I
I'm
know.
looking
I know
okay,
you're not,
okay.
but I'm saying, like, Render Judgment, his imputed odds from the Oaks Derby double were 81-1.
Okay.
He's currently 16-1. That's about where he's going to be.
Yeah. What's the story? What rendered? How is
Toby Keith? You know, the late Toby Keith.
so? Is this like fandom? Like, first of all, is Mattress Mac around again? Did he make a bet?
No.
Yeah, Mattress Mac has not been betting. That's interesting.
So he didn't make a bet. Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
So Toby Keith, the late great, may I add, Toby Keith. He owns, or his estate or whatever owns the 15. What's the story?
That's the story. I think you said it.
Okay. So people are betting that horse because of that.
I think that's accurate. Yes.
Okay. Because I can't get to this horse. I don't know how anybody can. Flying Mohawk is the same. I can't get to it. East Avenue is 39-1. Double his morning line. I know you like him, Justin.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't have any multi-race wagers live to him because I got crushed on that last race, obviously. But
Right.
that 9 Mercante ran a massive number race. I mean, just wow. That's a serious. Who is trainer Brian Kippenberg? Who had won 5 of 7 starts this year, by the way.
Sovereignty's been double his odds or more, from the get go. Is the mud going to be a problem? I mean, this is a horse that we love at Churchill. Is that good value, or should have his morning line been maybe 8-1?
Who are you talking about?
Sovereignty.
I thought it was aggressive making him the second choice. I really do. And so I'm delighted at the odds I'm going to be getting.
Now, Sandman is 5-1 from 6. I don't like him. We talked about his Oaklawn record. I think he's getting money because what's his face from Metallica? James Hatfield. Yeah, he showed up petting the horse and everything. So,
Jeez, really?
yeah, he was there today. So maybe they showed that and everybody. I got Nick the Kid calling me. Or this is for shits and giggles. Nick, what's up?
Yeah, he sucks. He should go back to Japan and ride.
Who?
Amanda.
Oh, the guy, the jockey on Dick Best?
Yeah, the girl on Dick Best.
Well, what are you going to do? Anyway, I don't know what to tell you, Nick. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the greatest break in the world, but the horse, look, was in position and just didn't fire. We're going to, have to find out what happened. He probably needs to go down the ladder.
Bob would break. Well, all of her said here, Bob would break.
Well, she's a 10-pound bug for a reason. She hasn't gotten enough wins. And how old is she?
She's in her 20s.
Yeah, she's still learning. What else is going on, Nick?
I think I'm not going to play the Derby anymore.
How come you're not going to play the Derby?
I mean, I'm not going to play on Derby Day anymore because it's fucking, you have to figure win, the race before,
Well, what? Yeah, the race before was a disappointment, but what did you bet now?
You're not going to get any good prices on a double on that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
And every year it's the same thing, and I wouldn't bet that this truck's going to come up muddy right before the race.
Yeah. Well, so who do you like in the Derby? Just give us your Derby pick.
I'll just give you the two.
The two. I like Saez, but Jesus, and Sappy's respectable. But okay, that's where you're going. I can't even pronounce the horse's name. All right, Nick. Hey, we're gonna go live. Pick us up.
All right, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick the Kid. There's his photo.
Nick the Kid.
And he's a legendary OTB Chicago guy. All right. He likes the two in the Derby. I can't get to the two. And I respect the connections. I mean, that jockey trainer, any other horse, I'd give it a longer look, but I just can't do it. What were we talking about before Nick interrupted us?
I don't remember.
Well, I think we were talking about Sovereignty.
Yeah, Sovereignty and Sandman. Yeah, so Sandman, anyway, taking way too much money for my liking. And so is the other. So you have the common theme of musicians that are part of the horse in one way or another. And people are hammering it, whether it's Enter Sandman with Metallica or if it's Render Judgment with Toby Keith. There's way too much money coming in on those horses. Sandman does not like the track. Now, Dylan made a point to say, well, one was a maiden race, sprinting. The other one was one turn, and the other one had some trouble. Well, okay, but it still went 0 for 3. And I told him Zenyatta won on her debut at 7 panels. One turn, so. I like, out of the Arkansas Derby, I like Publisher underneath. That's who I like underneath. I think he likes the mud. I think he has a shot. Nick the Kid. All right. He's joining us now.
Guys, I got to cut this party short. My mom's in town. My daughter's
really?
in a
Okay.
play. I gotta run some carpools and get some stuff done before the Derby. And
Okay, so for the
Yes.
crowd here watching, 174 people, who do you like in the Derby again?
so, in terms of a betting race, it keys around two long shots, Chunk of Gold and East Avenue. I'm trying to get one or both of them into the trifecta, and if they both get in the try with the other logical horses, I'm going to make a nice score. I've got them each keyed first, second, third, with with the four horses you would expect: Journalism, Beza, Sovereignty, and Luxor Cafe.
Okay.
Nothing really clever there. The best result for me would be Chunk of Gold first, East Avenue second. I'd have the exacta. I've got a live double into Chunk of Gold from the Oaks, and that's it. As far as who I think the most likely winner is, Luxor Cafe feels really strong. Journalism, obviously is very fast. Sovereignty has to be respected, but I'm not as keen on him. I think Beza is a major contender. I'm kind of against. I'm against everything. I don't have Sandman on my tickets. I don't have Citizen Bull.
Me neither.
Burnham Square. He's kind of the forgotten horse, but
He's been training good, from what I understand.
wasn't a big fan of his bluegrass. I don't know. I think he's just kind of ho hum, but he could win and totally screw me.
I'll be my third slots.
I don't really have a clever opinion other than trying to get Chunk of Gold and or East Avenue into the try. So with that, gentlemen, I bid you a happy remainder of the Derby day. Good luck to everybody watching, and I will catch you guys probably via text message later today.
Okay. Good luck.
Love
Bye,
it.
guys.
I
Bye.
love it.
I got to take care of this dog here too, Steve. So I'll close out as well.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to do some solo stuff.
I'll just say, listen,
Who do you like again?
I've been on Sovereignty for the last 5 weeks, and
Right.
and I'm not going to get off now. I feel like I'm getting a good price. I feel like the pace situation will set up for him. He is a horse that won by 5 over this track. It wasn't a muddy track, I don't think, but he did all right. But he did all right over the track. He's got the right connections, and I think he overcame enough adversity that I'm willing to forgive maybe being a little light in the loafers on the speed figures. I think he's primed for his top performance. I think Journalism is the legit threat. So I'll be a Sovereignty journalist, Sovereignty to win, Sovereignty Journalism exacta box. However, if I can get Journalism out of the top 2 and get either East Avenue or Final Gambit into second, then we'll hit the jackpot. So that's my plan.
I like it.
All right.
All right,
Good luck.
Stevie D. Good luck. Happy Derby Day. All right, boys and girls, it's me. We might have some other Lone Speed text group patrons joining in shortly. Any of you guys want to look at a race in between? We have, we got Oaklawn. I have a horse. Wait a minute. Hold on. Where is that? Oh, shoot. Is it? How many minutes we got? 0 minutes to post. Okay, they're getting ready to load up. At Oaklawn, I like a horse taking a little bit of money. What race is this? Race 9. Okay, I am on the 12. I am on Strike Ridge here with Basin. I like this horse. It's very versatile. It can win on the lead or off the pace, and it's in good form right now. So the 12, Strike Ridge, is 9-1 right now. And let me. Here we go.
Runners facing up to the gate.
9-1's a very good price.
Man in the can going into the gate. 110 Stadium taking his spot.
And we can
More goes in.
we can put this horse wherever we
Whiz
want.
is coming up. And Holding Power. Holding Pattern going in. Great Barrier, post position 4. Zippy Mark. Post number 9. Willow Creek Road. Hoppin' John. Cybertown. 3 back. Burlsworth. 2 back now. Strike Ridge coming up.
Come on, Strike Ridge.
And to the outside post. Ready Shoes at 79-1 currently. We're ready to go. And they're off.
Bit of a tardy break there.
The Arkansas Breeders' Championship Stakes. Man in the can from the inside post broke swiftly. Zippy Mark coming up to challenge him early. Great barrier between that pair.
God, I'm 9 wide
right
there.
off of him. A little bit keen, but he's easing off now nicely and gets in a good rhythm and is right on the tail of his stablemate. It's Man in the Can, the leader a half length here. Great barrier
Put
there.
some
to press
pressure on
the
that
issue.
favorite.
They open up 2 on Zippy Mark and 110 Stadium. They run together. Willow Creek Road on a stronghold right now. Cybertown is outside of him. Ready Shoes is next. Burlsworth saving ground. Lockmore, the defending champion. He's 8 lengths off the lead. Between horses down the backstretch runs. Strike Ridge in the meantime. He's tugging pretty hard here. Is 4 wide while passing a few horses. Gap of 3 to Hoppin' John, Holding Pattern, and Shea Whiz is the
Strike Ridge.
trailer as they head down the backstretch. Great barrier, 72-1. Really turning it up here. Man in the can to the inside of them. Those two right together with pressure. Half mile to go. Man in the can appears to be doing it pretty well, though, and enters the far turn. The Old Pro, a neck in front of Great Barrier. Gap of 2 lengths back to Ready Shoes, trying to advance position. Zippy Mark is 3D.
If he wins from here, that'll be a
On the
miracle.
Far outside, Strike Ridge parked 4 wide as they start to sprint
wide
around
all the way
far
through.
turn. 110 Stadium niggled along. He's still in with a chance down on the inside here. And right behind them, Lockmore is uncoiling a rally. He's going to get to the outside, but has some work to do as they swing off the turn. Zippy Mark, 110 Stadium. They're even now. Great barrier between them, struggling a bit on the inside. 110 Stadium finds a seam and comes charging here far outside. Lockmore's trying to get there too. Wide open, 16th to go. Lockmore on the grandstand side. 110 Stadium, these two with between them Cybertown. 110 Stadium on the inside. 110 Stadium, Keith Asmussen.
That was a
with rail
disastrous
skimming
trip for
ride
the
to
12.
win the Arkansas Breeders'
Disastrous.
Championship Stakes. Lockmore, Cybertown second and third, and then Zippy Mark.
Yeah, wide throughout. Wasn't a good break. Floated wide first turn, wide on the backstretch. I mean, you're in the 12th pole. I get it, but I was kind of hoping I could have got a better trip than that. Now, 110 Stadium won that at 37-1. That's an oldie but goodie. I mean, wow. Ran against Raymond and Navy SEAL his last 2 races. I mean, it could figure.
110 Stadium first, 10 Cybertown second, 7 Lock.
I mean, if this horse, I can't tell you how many times I've played it over the, last year, and it did win this year, state bred race. This is a state bred stake. The open company race last time, Raymond's in great form. It saved a lot of ground, came up the rail. 37-1 from 12. That's It's pretty. It's pretty nice. Okay. What other races we got going off here? Santa Anita. All right, 2 minutes to post, 5.5 panels. We have A other than. These are for Calbreds, 3-year-olds. How's the track been playing over there? Okay, that one came off the pace on the main track. That one wired, so it's probably pretty formful on the main track. Both of those horses were favorites. So it's probably playing even. I don't have any trip notes. The three's been doing good work at low sell, but I usually like to see one at Santa Anita. The O'Neill runner. Taking the hood off. That's interesting. Did have a good drill on the 27th. I'm assuming they took the hood off for that work. It's second off of a layoff. That one looks pretty logical. And Jeff Mullins brings one in from the January debut win. Tried turf. Now we're back on dirt after being off. The work tab. I mean, you got 9 works since that last. And they've been working on the synthetic track, which is, from what I understand, been easy on. It's been nice for these horses. Kind of warming up to that one. Spotted Haze. I think I might take a shot with that one. Let me see. Where the hell is Santa Anita? $5-1 seems like a good price. This is just, for shits and giggles, guys. Don't bet the house on these. We're here for the Derby and other stuff. I'm going to take a shot with this Mullins runner. All right, Lone Speed Text Group. Rich Nielsen is home in the pick 6. Will Pays in the pick 6. Okay, so he's alive to 15 grand if Luxor Cafe wins the Kentucky Derby. I hope he wins for him. All right, let's see if this 5 can get it done.
It's post time. They're loading in. Here's Spotted Hayes. Pick 6 pool gets over 100,000. Fibonacci's ride goes in. Ryan's Girl. And Renatus.
The Kentucky Derby goes off in
Going
like,
deep.
I don't know, 45 minutes or so. Come on, 5.
They're in the gate. And they're off.
Nice break.
Renatus, Spotted Hayes. Spotted Hayes to the front. Fibonacci's ride now scoots through to take over. And Gracie's Big Day has some early interest now, third. Night with Lewis is fourth. Ryan's Girl fifth. Between those two is Going Deep. Renatus, who broke on top, now trails. Half mile to go. Fibonacci's ride, the target, has it by a length and a half. Spotted Hayes in second. At the rail comes Gracie's Big Day. Ryan's Girl takes fourth. Little trouble there for Going Deep, who's now fifth. Down at the rail, Night with Lewis.
I'll run this
Orange Colors
favorite
trying
down.
to make headway. Renatus trails. They're coming to the quarter pole. Fibonacci's ride continues to show the way. Pursued by Spotted Hayes in second. They're followed by Ryan's Girl in third. They're coming to the 8th pole, and Fibonacci's ride has something left. Maintains a 3-length lead on
Come on, run him
Spotted
down.
Hayes, who's trying one last time, and Spotted Hayes
Run
now
him down.
is coming at Fibonacci's ride. Spotted Hayes has got her with a 16th to go.
Damn.
And Spotted Hayes and Raylu Gutierrez to beat
Sweet.
Fibonacci's ride. Tight photo for third.
Something about
between
that
Gracie's Big Day
training
and
track
Night
they
with
put in.
Lewis.
It's kind on the legs. Dylan's been telling me about that, and I caught that. They've been working this horse on that synthetic surface, and I love that debut. Nice. Sweet. Yes, we're going to be showing the Kentucky Derby.
Number 5, Spotted Hayes was first. 3, Fibonacci's ride second. It's a photo for third.
Guys, what I would like for you guys to do is go to my YouTube channel, and if you can, like and subscribe. We do a lot of stuff like this. We have a great group of guys that come on here, and everybody knows, if you're in the horse contest world, who these guys are. So a lot of good handicappers on here. Go to my site or my YouTube channel, and it's Horsebit Racing. Just like and subscribe if you can. Appreciate it. And I hope you guys bet the 5 there. That's a nice square $11 horse. Horsebit Racing on YouTube. Can't miss it. Thanks, guys. Let's see what our payoff is. We're going to get $11 and change.
Third was number 1, Gracie's Big Day. 4-2, Night with Lewis.
If any of you have an opinion on the Kentucky Derby, I'd like to hear it. Give me your, I don't know, top pick or top 2 picks or whatever you want to do. Oh, we got 1180. We got the max. And really, that was an easy exacta.
Spotted Hayes, a 3-year-old chestnut filly by Stanford out of Devilish Pro, owned by Jay and Julie Manugian. trained by Jeff Mullins and ridden to victory by Raylu Gutierrez. Jeff Mullins back at the home after a huge win at Churchill Downs. Congratulations, Jeff Mullins. Spotted Hayes, bred in California by Robert Mitchell, running time 103.95 seconds. Santa Anita Park welcomes Lulu's.
Okay. We have 45 minutes to the Kentucky Derby. So, guys, looking at the Derby, I'm going to go down each horse, give my opinion. Citizen Bull, it's taking money. It's 12-1 right now from 20, going projected to go off at 16-1. My initial thought was, first of all, you're in the one hole, you're a speed horse. I did pick Looking at Lee a few years ago at 33-1 in the Derby, and he ended up finishing second, but he had Corey Landry aboard, who knows Churchill like the back of his hand, and was a stretch runner. And just kind of broke out of the gate and just sat there and didn't care what was going on. Citizen Bull's not going to be doing that. I just don't understand. I guess they're thinking this thing's just going to get out from the rail and get a spot. But there's other speed. I don't get it. Maybe somebody can explain to me, but I tossed this horse. I just don't see it. The Breeders' Cup Juvenile was just a very slow pace. You can see it's blue here, and they just crawled and was able to hold everybody off. Was able to win the Lewis, but got a relatively nice, easy lead at a mile, and I feel like Rodriguez could have maybe done some damage if it was a little longer. But and the last time in the Santa Anita Derby, no excuse. I mean, okay, you're going to lose, fine, but you backed up pretty good, and now you're going a mile and a quarter in the slop on the rail, bunch of horses bearing down on you. I think I spent enough time on this horse. The two, Nick the Kid likes it. You heard him. Projected to go off at 71-1. I'm not excited about it. It won in the slop at 6 panels. I just don't know how you get to it. I mean, I love Luis Saez, and Safi's a great trainer, but this is a hard ask. Final Gambit is the wise guy play, and he's getting bet. He's projected to go off at 18-1. He's going to sit back, make a run, perceived fast pace. Usually these synthetic ones can maybe transfer that to the muddy track. It's Judgment Farms. If you want to throw this one underneath your ticket, go ahead. I think a lot of people are doing that, and people are obviously picking it to win. American Promise broke the track record at Colonial Downs, but you beat Rendered Judgment, who doesn't have a shot, in my opinion. Some other overmatched horses, and maybe things were quick on the rail that day, but it's a one-turn race, guys. That 9-panel race is a one-turn. The last time this horse won at 2 turns was at Oaklawn Park in a maiden special weight. It was a good effort. It beat Publisher. It was able to set honest, not too fast, not too slow fractions, and it won the race. The Churchill races are okay, but you're going to run like in similar fashion there, like in those, and it's going to be a little spicy, I think. I don't know. I'm against it. Admire Daytona. The overseas pundits don't think this one has a much of a shot. And Luxor Cafe beat it twice. Luxor Cafe, I mean, it's pretty glaring, guys. 4 starts on an off track, 3 wins in a second. It must rain a lot in Japan. Last race was on a good surface, won by 5. A muddy track. It did lose by a neck. But that was as a 2-year-old. Journalism is the favorite, of course, but a bigger field now. It did have trouble in the 5-horse field, believe it or not, last time in the Santa Anita Derby and still won professionally. I'm just wondering if it hits a brick wall. These last 2 races had to run hard. Barnes gave it all it can handle, and now Baeza. And now you're in a big field and you're on a muddy track. You've never done that before. I'm just completely tossing the horse, and if it beats me, God bless you. Number 2 won on a wet track. Yeah, Nick, that was 6 panels, 3 races back, and Luxor Cafe won on a wet track too, and I think he's better. Burnham Square's been training well for like the last 2 weeks on the workout reports that I got, and he's the type that can make a run and win. Now, the Fountain of Youth was slightly disappointing. It won the Holy Bull. We're like, wow, nice. Beat Tappan Street, who came back to win the Florida Derby. I felt like Fountain of Youth set up a little bit and really couldn't run into those. And then last time put it together at the Bluegrass. That was a fast pace it ran into, and it was able to get the job done by a nose. I like him underneath maybe, but I don't like him as a win candidate. But I'll have him on some tries underneath. Grande Scratch. Flying Mohawk is the Jason Worth. If you got any Philly fans out there, baseball player, he owns this horse. It's one of those Rich Strike, Mind That Bird type of horses. It's muddy. Who knows? Maybe it could shock the world. He's not going to be on my ticket. It's another, you got to show me. It might like an off track, but I don't think it's fast enough even with that. But if you can get this horse underneath, God bless you. East Avenue is a wise guy horse because he did that fast fractions. And he almost hung on. You can argue he ran better than Burnham Square, even though he lost. I don't like him just for the simple fact that I think he's going to have to run like that again, and he's going 1/8 of a mile further. He is second-time blinkers. Everybody, was kind of talking about this horse going into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, but it was nice to see him put it together last time and run a good race, but I'm against him. Publisher is a horse that I like underneath. Trouble Trip 2 back on a track that was not favoring anybody, coming from the clouds. And he actually came from the clouds and ran 4th by 3 lengths, bottled and sandwiched at the top of the stretch. That was in the Rebel. I know it was a fast pace, but the rail was like a golden rail. Now, last time was, we know what happened there with Cornucopian. I was able to close into that and galloped out good. I like him better than Sandman out of the Arkansas Derby because I feel like he can run in and off track. And we'll get to Sandman in a little bit, but Sandman has not run well at Churchill Downs. So yeah, Publisher's going to be on my tickets. Tistastic, I heard, is not training as well as Publisher. They're working together, and Publisher's kind of out training him every morning. So if you don't like Publisher, you sure in hell don't like Tistastic then. But I like Publisher better than Tistastic, and Tistastic will be a toss. Render Judgment, we kind of talked about it earlier. Toby Keith, the late great Toby Keith, owns this horse. He's getting bet because of that 17-1 right now. Projected to go off at 75. I don't know about that because I don't know how much more late money is going to come in. We'll see, because a lot of people already bet. Coal Battle is an interesting horse because he sat behind some fast paces, got first run. He won the Rebel. He was the only horse that came off the pace and won that day. Everything else was within a half a length of the leader or on the lead. And he was off the pace and won. Now, last time, he made an early bold move behind a fast pace. He might have been a little bit too close. You know, if you see that he was 4 lengths out at, a half mile out, half mile pole, they went 45-1. He ran a 46.5 himself. So a little bit close to the pace. I think he's going to get similar trips like he's been getting. He's versatile. He was able to wire a slow pace in the Smarty Jones. I think he sits off the pace and gets first run on the deep closers, and you'll hear his name at the top of the lane. We'll see if he can, close it out. The extra distance might be a problem. But he's a nice neat little horse. Maybe throw him in, the third slot, fourth slots. Salmon, here we are. Benefited from fast paces, was able to close into the speed favoring Rebel strip, but they did go fast. He did have a lot of trouble in that race. Actually, the race 3 back to Southwest, he had a lot of trouble because I had a big win bid on him that day. In the last race, everything set up perfectly, as we know. But if you look at his Churchill races, debut at 6 panels, I know it was a sprint, guys, but he finished 5th by 11 lengths, beat 2 horses. September 14th in his 3rd start, finished 5th, split the field, lost by 10. That was a 1-turn mile, but you should still run better. It's a mile race. And in the street sense, whatever, a little bit of bumping and stuff, but not a great trip. But he still got smoked by Tistastic and Sovereignty. So he's run 3 times there, and he's run off the board. Now, is he also going to be able to run on a muddy track? He's a gray. Some people say gray's in the mud. If you guys want to play him at 5-1, go ahead. It does say projected to go off at 11-1. I'm not so sure about that. I don't know how much the odds are going to change from now until post. Sovereignty, he did not need the Kentucky Derby or the Florida Derby points to get into the Kentucky Derby. Just needed to run an okay race. He did. He galloped out well in there. He ran strong to the wire. Fountain of Youth was a real nice effort. He won that. He's a winner here at the track. He blew out Tistastic and Sandman, as I talked about, by 5, and that's a hell of a move right there. So horse for course angle, training well. I love the connection. I love, Bill Mott, Godolphin. And he's the type that can make up some ground. They have him projected at 5-1. He's 9-1 now. That's good value. Chunk of Gold. Justin Dew likes this horse as well as East Avenue, and Loveberry's on it. The horse is making up ground. Magnitude was a monster. Beat Chunk of Gold. Magnitude's off the Derby Trail with an injury. And Tistastic beat him in a mile and 3/16. Last time it was a fast pace. He might have been a little bit too close to it. And quite couldn't get there, and Tistastic came and got him. But interesting horse at just boxcar like odds. Owen Almighty, I can't get to him. He had his own way in the Tampa Bay Derby. The Bluegrass was a little close to a hot pace. You're in the 20 hole. It's going to be fast in here too, right? So if you win from out there being wide and, eyeballing East Avenue and the 2 rail horses, Citizen Bull and the Saffy Joseph Runner. You're going to be 4 wide all the way around. I mean, unless you shotgun out of there and like get the lead and then do a war emblem and slow everything down, I just don't see it. Then Baeza sneaks in. We talked about this one. The breeding on this animal is just, if you haven't heard about it, here's Puka. It was by Big Brown. Nice brood mare. You got Mage, Kentucky Derby winner. You got Dornock, who won the Haskell and the Belmont. And of course, this Gunning horse is not bad. Had some issues, physical issues. Did win an first level allowance race in the mud. So, and then Baeza. So this is a hell of a broodmare in Puka, who's a good racehorse. And, you're looking at McKinsey, Gunrunner, Good Magic twice. I guess you can go back to McKinsey or Good Magic. I mean, really, it's just, I don't know. She's probably in full right now. I wonder who she's in full to. But Baeza is a horse I want underneath my ticket as well. Anyway, that's a scoop on the Kentucky Derby. My top pick is going to be Luxor Cafe. Japanese horses are doing really good. Worldwide, Dubai, they come over here and they've done well in the Breeders' Cups the last 2 years. Forever Young has represented himself well. This horse likes an off track. What I do want to do is show you a replay of his last race in Japan. It's pretty cool looking. All right, where's it at? Here we go.
スタートしました。11番ルクソールカフェ好スタートを切っています。まずは外目からじわっと10番コシュデリ出ようとしますが、3番オタマジャクシ、4番イサナ、そして5番コスモコンフェルはこれら先行。この集団に10番コシュデリもつけていきました。これらの後ろ11番ルクソールカフェ中段の外目、このうちに1番ゴールデンクラウド並んでいて、スタート前から1コーナー、2馬身ぐらい後ろ、2番グバンジンレール、9番ベルベルコンパス、その後7番シュラザックが続いていきました。イムホテプは後ろから2頭目、名将随雲最高峰。馬群が2コーナーにかかります。4番のイサナ逃げました。リード体半分。追って外5番コスモコンフェルマ2番手。2コーナーから向こう上面です。1馬身半差10番コシュデリが3番手。インの4番手3番オタマジャクシです。この後1番ゴールデンクラウド。この外に11番ルクソールカフェ並んでいきます。先頭までは5馬身ぐらいです。1馬身半差中段にかけて2番ルバンユニベール、外に9番ベルベルコンパスが並んでいきます。800を切って 1000m1 分3秒1で通過しました。あと後方3頭、6番イムホテプ、このインコースに7番シュラザック、後方に3頭目、一番後ろ8番名将随雲となっています。3、4コーナーの中間、4番のイサナが逃げていますが差が詰まって、5番コスモコンフェルマ、10番コシュデリ、ずっと11番ルクソールカフェ、外から残り400を切って前に迫っていく。この後ろ内目にゴールデンクラウド、直線コースへと向かってきます。逃げる4番のイサナですが、外から11番ルクソールカフェ、あっという間にかわして先頭に立って突き放す。200を切りました。2番手一気に広がって、イムホテプ内からは1番ゴールデンクラウド、外から名将随雲も追い込んできますが、差は開く一方、11番ルクソールカフェ、6馬身リード、ルクソールカフェ圧勝ゴールイン。2着は8番名将随雲。
One time did he whip him? He roused him. He geared him down like 100 yards from the wire. So
thanks so much for hanging out with us.
I'm
here
excited.
On the Racing Forum YouTube. I'm Gino Bacola alongside David Aragona.
I got something else I'm going to show you guys. This is another YouTube channel that I have. All right, so this is another YouTube channel, guys, that I have. It's called 5 by AI. I suggest all of you guys go and like it and subscribe to it. I just started this about 3 weeks ago. I have some cool content on it. And some of the stuff that I do, what I do with this, well, here, let me play the trailer for you.
Favorite top 5 lists were picked by AI, then critiqued by Steve-O. Am I the only one that thinks that's awesome? Let's check it out. Here at 5 by AI, we use artificial intelligence to create epic top 5 lists on everything: sports, TV, gaming, and more. I then give my opinions with data-driven rankings and surprising picks you won't see anywhere else. Think you could outsmart our AI? Drop your top 5 in the comments and join the debate. Like and subscribe to 5 by AI for more awesome top 5 videos.
So anyway, that's my trailer for the site. And I got a really cool video on here you guys should check out. It's called Kentucky Derby, the most epic wins, shocking finishes, and historic upsets. Lots of cool stuff in there. I got the Street Baller one. I got top 5 thoroughbreds of all time. I got a lot of different things. Cryptocurrency. I talk about movies, and it's just a cool little thing. So if you guys go over there and like and subscribe and watch that content, I'd appreciate it. It's called 5 by AI. I think you guys will like it. All right, let's go back to, let me see, what do we got on tap here? Oaklawn just went off. Shoot, I didn't bet it. I wonder who won that. Hope it wasn't the 9. Frank, what's up, my man? Frankie. Oh,
hold on, I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's going on? Are you excited about the Derby? So I had Justin on. I had the Caspers on earlier. I'm hearing Rich is alive for the pick 6 to a number of horses. I'm still confused on the ticket that he did. It's a 2-day event.
Yeah, there was 2 races yesterday. It started with the 7th race yesterday, the Torpedo Anna race it started with. Then it was the Oaks. And then there was 4 races today. I think it was the 8th, 9th, 11th, and 12th, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're on the 12th right now. Yeah, that's what it was. So, yeah, he's got a few things. I'm alive in the 20-cent rainbow, but it's not paying nothing. I would need Tiztastic to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just went down the
I'm not
entire
sure
list. He doesn't have that one. He's got he's got Owen Almighty. I think it's a Tampa Bay homer pick because he's from Tampa.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Because I don't know. I went through the whole lineup with everybody, and I'm like, yeah, you chased a fast pace at Keeneland, but you had your own way at Tampa. Fast pace and Sam F. Davis was good, but you like Tampa Bay. I just don't see you like winning from out there.
Yeah, that would be a tough one to get to, like chasing or dueling 3 wide, whatever he's doing. It's going to be a tough trip for that horse, I think.
What are your thoughts on Baeza getting in? You have Pratt. It's 15-1 right now.
Yeah, I think his only issue, obviously, post, he's going to have to get position. Very talented, but last time, he was a little rank. He kind of took off on the turn and got close to the leaders kind of too early. So I'm assuming they're working with that. But from what I heard on his workouts, he's still pretty rank. And I that might, if he does that, you're not winning the Kentucky Derby going 1.25 miles if you can't settle, obviously. But I'm very talented. Probably one of the top 3 most talented horses in the race. So just everything's got to go right sometimes in the Derby, and that's what we're going to see here soon. Whoever it goes right for is going to win.
You're a big sovereignty guy. I think. Well, you picked him in our draft, and I like him too. I like the fact that he won the street sense in professional manner, beat some Derby, mates in here, and then the two Gulfstream races were great. The Caspers even touched on it before the Florida Derby. We didn't need those points, and training well. It looks like Bill Mott might have this one ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think he's, again, one of the top 3 talented horses, and Bill Mott takes his time, and he knew he was in the Derby. So, I heard Junior Alvarado say yesterday that, we really cranked on him here now for the Derby, and that's exactly how we wanted to train him. So, if that all works out and you get a trip and a pace, obviously he's one of the contenders for sure.
I'm against Sandman. I don't like his record at Churchill. Dylan said, well, one was a sprint there, and the other one he had trouble in the route race. But what's his excuse in the Iroquois? I mean, I just stepped slow, but I don't know if he likes the track.
Yeah, I just think he's a little slower.
Yeah.
Got a perfect setup. In his win, so and still didn't run real fast, so that's a negative. And I think he's second choice now or third choice, whatever. He's
5-1.
Yeah, I think of the top 4 or 5 horses, he's one of the ones that you could take a chance against, just because he hasn't proven yet that he's quite fast enough. So
Cold Battle's interesting because he should get a good trip in theory. He was a little too close to the fast pace. I made a note. I mean, if you're 4 lengths out and they go 45-1, that means you ran a half in 46 yourself, and kind of made that little move and he couldn't sustain it that last 16th. I don't know if he can go this far with these other ones, but he'll have every opportunity to have his name called at the quarter pole.
yeah, I think he's one that you got to do a little projection. What is the trainer good enough to get this horse ready for this kind of a race? And and can the horse go that far and all that stuff? So it's a little projection on him. And
I'm against him.
I'm not sure what his odds are, but I don't think that they're
25 going.
Yeah. So that's more than fair for him, I think.
It's a good price.
Yeah, it's a good price for him. I mean, he's shown talent. So at that number, if you had a choice for me between Cold Battle and Sandman, just based on odds, I'd play Coldman over Sandman, or Cold Battle over Sandman, just based on the odds stuff. So,
Render Judgment is one that you kind of fancy a little bit. Now we're wondering where the price is coming from. I guess it's Toby Keith's horse, the late great country singer. It's an estate.
Yeah, no, I don't like him. I picked him in our.
You don't like him, but you just picked him as your last pick.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I didn't know where else to go, and I just had to pick a horse that I figured would run in the Derby, might come back in another race, and maybe I get lucky and he gets me a point somehow in one of these races. That's all. I don't. At that number, that's way too low on that horse. You'd have to get him in the 40 to 50-1 range to me, if you ask. That seems really low when you compare him to horses like Tistastic, and I mean it's kind of insane but that's what happened in the Derby. You get a lot of action on horses that people know the horse or the owner or the trainer, and crazy things happen, because there's a lot more of those $2 once a year players out there in the Kentucky Derby than there are the guys who play every day. And so those guys, they make a difference in the pool because they're betting their money.
Yep. Tistastic is one that you fancy a little bit. It won the Louisiana Derby, and it kind of set up a little bit. It was a fast pace, but that's what we're going to get today.
Right. I think he's one that the one thing I don't worry about him is he's, in my opinion, he's going to get a mile and a quarter. He might not be as fast as some of those guys, but that last quarter of a mile, he'll be running, and a lot of the rest of them are either backing up or, running in place a little bit. So he's probably my longest shot that I think has a and the mud probably helps him too. So I think there's a bunch
Okay.
of good things for him, possibilities. Still a little stretch for a win in, but at 23-1, to have him in there totally makes sense to me.
He did run second in the Street Sense behind Sovereignty, did beat Sandman. So you have that going for you. Publisher is a stablemate. I'm hearing that Publisher is training really well. And yeah, things have set up. He's a maiden. I'm not looking for this horse to win. Am I crazy just to throw him in my third and fourth slots?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he's another one. He's going to be the distance isn't going to hurt him. He'll get the distance, no problem. I'm sure. Whether he's fast enough, that's the question here at all. He's not proven to be that way yet. So, definitely an outsider. But yeah, for if
He
you
read in
think
the
that's a
iron,
fast
second
pace,
time blinkers.
yeah, if it's a fast pace, someone's got to close. And, the other guys, if it's a fast pace, you're going to have 5, 6, 7 horses who are close to that pace that are going to be backing up. So that leaves you with a horse like this that could clunk up for supers or something like that.
East Avenue is one that ran. The time form pace numbers internally came back really fast from the Bluegrass. It almost hung on. Second time blinkers angle. It's a complete bomb. Justin Dew likes it. I don't like it. What say you on this one?
Yeah, I don't want a horse like that who, him, Citizen Bull, Admired Daytona, American Promise. If they go very slow, which ain't gonna happen, but if they did go very slow, those horses then, have somewhat of a chance. But even when those horses go slow, they still never run fast races. So I can't see horses like that getting a pace. East Avenue again, probably going to get a faster pace than he did last time, or just as fast as he did last time.
I agree.
And now he's got to go further and couldn't hold on. So how do you expect him to hold on again? If we see that first quarter, I'm expecting they're going 22-2, 22-3, and they're going to go probably 40, 46 flat or something like that. Those horses can't keep going if they go something like that.
Flying Mohawk is Jason Worth's horse, the Phillies baseball player. And he was talking about, let's go Flying Mohawk. But I guess if you could say it might move to the mud, that's your only angle, but it looks super slow.
Yeah, he looks real slow to me. I couldn't find a way to get him there,
Yeah.
The one that
Burnham's.
if I don't win, or my horses don't win, I would like to see my buddy Jareth Loveberry get a victory in the Kentucky Derby, another long shot. That's Justin's horse, Chunk of Gold. I don't see a trip where he can win either, and to really improve.
We didn't talk about that.
Being very wide on both turns, and wherever he ends up, it's going to be a struggle for him. But maybe Jareth can get a little cute, save some ground early, and then second turn just dive inside when something opens up. And I think I talked to a few guys this morning and said, if you're a horse like that, the way you win is, the mind that birds, the rich strikes, just stay on the rail from last, hope everything falls over, and then you
just like weave through there, zigzag.
Yeah, right. That's what you got to do. But if these horses are going to be wide making that move, it's going to be hard for those horses who are not as fast, or haven't shown to be as fast just yet, so but yeah, it'd be neat to see him win a Derby someday. He's a guy who rides for my good friend Ravelli all the time, and wonderful guy, great family. And that if I don't win, I hope he wins. That would be real exciting. And then he can come back to Hawthorne. He can come back to Hawthorne on Thursday and ride here again. That would be
get an autograph. Get his autograph.
That would be a little weird thing for him to do, I guess. Win the Kentucky Derby, and then he'll be on a Ravelli 5-claimer in race 1 on Thursday or something. Yeah. So
we got Marco joining in. What's up, buddy?
Oh, no, I just pop on for a couple minutes to say hi. What's up, Steve-O? What's up, Frank?
What's up, Marco?
We're going over the Derby list. So, are you still on Sandman, Marco? Because I'm against them.
I made one bet. I did a 50-cent trifecta box with 7 horses. I'm gonna have fun with it.
Okay, that's all you're doing. All right.
Yeah, I just this race you could if you hit it, you hit it. If you don't, you don't. Because I don't know.
Frank, I was going to ask you, what's your thoughts? What is your thought on Luxor Cafe? I like him on top. I watched his replays at Japan. He's run on some off tracks, and he is taking a little bit of money, which I don't like, but I guess that's a good sign too. But I mean, I know it's hard to handicap these from afar when they're coming over here. But Forever Young came over here, and have you heard anything, or do you like anything, or anything negative?
Yeah, when I looked at a couple of the videos that I found online on him, the only one that was impressive was his last race visually, and I'm just talking visually. I don't,
Yeah, we watched
anything
it
at those. Yeah, I thought that was an impressive move. The other ones were just okay, but then I kind of, did as much research as I could on that day that he ran that day, and kind of put my own figures together, and that win would be a low, let's call it about, me, I'm not a big on believing buyers, or I don't use buyers or whatever, but I could translate, my work into a somewhat buyer number. And I only had that horse running a low 90 buyer, which wouldn't get it done today, but doesn't mean they can't improve. These kind of horses, unless it was something like last year, Forever Young, who I was very impressed by. This one is just so. I'd rather bet the ones that I know, are very talented, and too much of a guessing game for me. And until these horses start beating me regularly, I'll take a pass.
And then finally, Final Gambit, a horse you probably know a little bit from Turfway. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's another. If there's a horse that's he's not even lighting up the board. He's only 17-1. He should be way higher. He's getting bet because of Brad Cox, so 17-1's not fair on him. But of the horses that, maybe not as fast as some of the other ones, this is the kind of horse that you could do it on. Machado, just, break last or next to last, stay on the rail the whole way. And when horses tire and they bear out, do the rich strike move and just run up the rail. So if there is one in the race that could do that because of his post, this is the horse. And it is Brad Cox. He got the horse to really, really improve last time. Moved way forward. I don't think he's going to move forward again, but if he just runs what he ran last time and runs on the rail the whole way, he can do something crazy. But at that number, I can't, like I said, if I had to match up him against Tistastic, I would take Tistastic way ahead of him, and Tistastic's a better price.
Okay. So Glenn Mottleman, I hate the Derby for a betting race, but I will pick Baeza. Good luck. Bob Jackson, I liked Citizen Bull and Coal Battle and the 2. Oh boy. Hey, if you hit that trifecta, Bob, you could buy lunch for me every day for the next year.
Yeah, that would, if you get, somehow if you get Coal Battle and Neoquist that means they probably got to go about 47-2 to the half with those two horses just jogging around on the lead. That would be something if that hit, but he'll know if he has a chance in the first quarter and first half. If they're going 45 and change or right at 46, those horses aren't running 1-2, I wouldn't think, so he'll need a slow pace. And if they get a slow pace, then maybe he has a shot.
All right, I'm throwing together some last minute tickets before I put the feed on.
I'm rooting for my draft picks.
Are you?
That's what I'm for. Well, yeah.
Well, you should. Who do you have that's prominent here?
He has a pretty good ticket from what I remember.
I got Coal Battle and Sandman.
Yeah, so he's got two
Battle and Sandman. Okay.
Yeah, 2 top 8 horses or 2 top 10s for sure. That that's not a bad position to be in when you got that draft, and he's got 2 of the top 8 at least or 10 horses out of the race. So Yeah, he's in a good shot.
Okay, I'm gonna do a 3-horse exacta box with Sovereignty,
Hey, just pick some
Luxor
numbers.
Cafe,
Just
See what
pick some
happens.
numbers your brother said.
and buy it. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Buy these.
It's like filling out a lottery ticket
Kentucky.
for the kids. We let them do that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, here we
that's
are.
as good as
Here's
any.
Those-
I've heard some.
Position number 3.
what was that, Frank?
No, I said I've heard some people. I think they did something earlier in the week where they talked about people who had the biggest scores based on, just a quick pick or playing their things, whatever. And there's some people who, cashed for $1
Yeah.
million just by, and that's the way you do that. Sometimes you're not always handicapping that stuff, so,
I know a guy. I don't want to bust him out, and I know you don't play horse players and horse tourneys, but I do know a guy that has won 2 BCBCs online by doing random picks.
oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And we have
I-
800 and something people watching. I don't want to bust him out, but
Yeah, no, we don't want to do that to
He probably
to
wouldn't
whoever that
care,
is,
but-
yeah. Hey, I always tell people, if you struggle qualifying for the NHC every year, wake up January 1st and just say, I'm going to play the Friday and just pick random numbers every Friday. And you're going to hit some craziness once in a while and you can get an
Right.
NHC seat like that. Cause that's what you need sometimes. You need that randomness in those Friday things. Especially, you gotta really hit some bombs. And if you pick the right sequence of numbers and 2 of them are, the cap horses, you're getting your NHC seat, so, yeah, for the people who struggle, if you just want to take a chance for $75 a week, maybe you can get lucky.
all right, we got 955 people. Guys, go to Horsebit Racing on YouTube, like and subscribe to the channel if you can. We have a lot of good content like this weekly, usually every weekend or every other week. Well, we're on here a lot, especially this time of year with the preps. And then, we got the Belmont and the Preakness coming up. And of course, the Spa and Del Mar in the summer. And
Yeah, I don't know
plus
if
a
you
lot
guys
of us own horses on here.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are watching along with the Twin Spires contest that a few of us are in. The leader had a pretty good run so far. He's been hitting.
Is that
a lot
Kinchin?
of- No, Kinchin's is in second, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in second. So knowing Jonathan and the way he plays,
He'll be aggressive with one of the
yeah,
probably
he-
journalism.
he's probably all in here. He's not afraid to risk his whole bankroll to make sure he wins. So, my guess would be he's all in on journalism here for his 24,000. And when you do the math, if he gets whatever he gets, 7-2, 4-1, and on his 24,000 plus
Yeah.
another 100 and some thousand in prize
Six-figure
money,
score.
Yeah, I mean he's you're
200.
turning journalism into 8 or 10-1 then if the way he's playing it. So I'm guessing that's probably
Where's Dylan?
where he's
Is
at.
Dylan in the top 10 or close?
No,
or-
I think he dropped down. I didn't talk to him in the last couple of races, and even if I
Okay.
did, I wouldn't say what he was doing. I don't know what he's doing. He's in 28th with 5,400 before
Yeah.
the last race. So I'm assuming, knowing Dylan, he got creative and either made some doubles. I don't know if he's live or not, but usually, he does that. If he has a decent bankroll, plays some doubles. People don't know what he's live to. So I don't even know if he is live or not. I have no idea. But if not, he'll put something together where,
Right.
whatever he has left, if he has money left going into this race, he'll, kind of like I did. I had 2,000 on one entry and I have 1,750 on another entry. And, I got to be perfect. But if I'm perfect, I got several combinations that'll get me back 60 to 70,000 between that. So, but I got to be perfect in this race. So, but there's a chance, so, That's how you got to play these contests at the end, in my opinion. You got to put stuff together that gives yourself a chance to win because of the added bonus, and that's what I did here. So,
Right.
well, I think we solved the question about
Exciting.
Churchill's turf course. Is
Journalism
not,
is the lukewarm 7-2 favorite.
is that what they're at? Yeah.
The turf course. The insides seem to be bad on the turf course today, huh? Oh, your volume went off, Frank. You can figure it out. I can see it. I could try and unmute it manually. No. Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute. You accidentally muted. Marco, what horses did you put in your ticket here?
We got the 7, 8, 13, 16, 17, 18, and 21.
Okay. I was looking for names, not numbers, but that's okay. Frank's still on mute.
I'm back. Sorry.
Maybe you can log out, Frank, and log back in. It might work.
I think I'm back.
Oh, there you
now.
go.
Yeah, that was Ravelli calling me to see.
We
what I
have
had.
1,600 people.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, okay, Ravelli. Okay.
Yeah, he just called to see who I had in the contest so he could cheer for me.
Yeah, we got 1,600. All right, cool. Yeah. I thought you accidentally muted it, but
No, he just
I get
he
it.
just, yeah, he just called. He wanted to know what to cheer for here. So yeah, my feed, I'm on NBC, and I think my feed's like, are you on NBC?
I'm on
like
a
about-
advanced wagering site.
Oh, yeah. I
So
think
many
most
people
of
are
the
coming
sites are
on.
like- yeah, we're behind. So, well, I'm going to sign off here, guys. Good luck. And
Brian Hernandez Jr. won this race last
Yeah,
year.
me
How will this unfold in Kentucky Derby 151?
you got it, guys.
We're
I'll
gonna
see
start
you.
voting process
All
momentarily.
right, Steve, I'm out.
Enjoy the greatest 2 minutes in sports, everybody.
All right, later. I'll stay with you guys, obviously.
And the horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time.
All right, I'm going to go with Luxor Cafe. I made my bet. I did a Tri-Key, and I got Sovereignty and Exactas and some other stuff. We'll see what happens. Let's see if the Japanese Star is the real deal here.
Journalism has gone into line, waiting on Burnham Square, Flying Mohawk, Owen Almighty, and Baeza. And the last one to load, Baeza. They're in the gates. And they're off in the Kentucky Derby, and some crowding down toward the inside. Journalism has a smooth start, but he was shuffled back soon thereafter. Citizen Bull racing right to the lead, and he comes well off the rails. Citizen Bull 5 wide bias the first time. Neo Equos right there in between, racing in second. Owen Almighty on the far outside is third. An American Promise gets a coveted spot, saving ground on inside fourth. Admire Daytona is out of there running in fifth. East Avenue from off the pace in sixth. Burnham Squares tethered to the rail with Brian Hernandez. They're running in seventh. Chunk of Gold is eighth. Cole Battle racing mid-pack ninth. Journalism. Umberto Rispoli has him down inside 10th. They're about 10 lengths off the lead as they head to the backstretch run. Flying Mohawk is racing in 11th. Render Judgment on the far outside is 12th. Luxor Cafe is 13th. Publisher is 14th. Baeza 15th. Sovereignty 16th. Tistastic 17th. Sandman is the last of the 19. Through
Wow,
a
they went quick.
strong opening half in 46 and 1/5 seconds. Down the backstretch they go here at Churchill Downs. Citizen Bull leads the way to the far turn. Neo Equos trying to keep pace. American Promise tried to split those two, is coming under a ride. Owen Almighty advances up, grabs third. Owen Almighty's now third round the far turn. Umberto says go with Journalism. Journalism rocketing past horses. He's up to fourth on the outside, and Sovereignty's following him.
Come on, Luxor.
Don't forget Sandman. Final Gambit goes to the far outside too. They're off the turn. Here comes Journalism. Here comes Sovereignty, and they square off, heading to the final furlong of the Kentucky Derby. Final Gambit and Baeza trying to close in late. Sovereignty has taken the lead. Journalism has to fight back. Journalism has lost the lead to Sovereignty. It's time for the Royal Blue to don some red. Sovereignty wins the Derby.
Wow. That was pretty predictable, I think. I don't know what happened to Luxor Cafe. It looks like he got bounced around a little bit, but no excuse, I don't think. I did like Sovereignty a lot.
What a tremendous stretch run in the 151st running of the Kentucky Derby. Sovereignty and Journalism. You could see they were both moving. Journalism had a lot of trouble into the first turn. Umberto Rispoli ended up guiding him to the extreme outside. He made that big circling move. You could see that Sovereignty was following in his path through the turn. They hook up past the 8th hole. Sovereignty, who already had won over
something good probably happened with you guys on this.
Yeah, I'm
Sovereignty, Junior Alvarado.
I know I'm gonna make a nice score because I have the exacta for 1,000, which in the contest will get me back 24,000 there, and I got the try for about $160 try, so whatever that pays.
No shit. Wait a minute. Who ran third?
Baeza ran third. Baeza ran third, so I think
Baeza.
What do you think that try pays, Steve-O? The exacta pays 25. The exacta pays 25 for $1.
It's a 50-cent try.
Yeah, with a 13-1 in running third. Oh, I had Final Gambit for third. I would like to have that one better, but I think I have.
I think it's gonna pay. I think it's gonna pay probably. It's going to pay probably it's going to pay about $800 at least, isn't it, for 50 cents?
Oh, that means I cashed for 100,000 in the contest. I hope you're right, but I don't think it's that much.
You think that's too high? It's a Kentucky Derby though.
I don't know.
Baeza was kind of like the one that got in, and your novice fans are like, that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? But I know you were telling us all week. This is your exact.
Yeah, cheer for a good payoff here because this could get me the Kentucky Derby betting challenge victory. So I'm going to sign off, and my son's calling, so I got to talk to him.
All right, good. Nice.
Thanks, guys.
Nice job, Frank.
Thanks.
So there you guys have it. Frank Mustari, the great Frank Mustari. I have a video on my 5xAI, by the way. He's ranked second on my greatest handicapper in the United States. That guy that was just on just now. I have Dylan Donnelly on top. I might have to flip-flop him. They tell Dylan I'm going to put Frank on top. I threw Journalism out of my ticket like a dummy. Otherwise, I would have hit. I'm still
First of all, thank you. I got to thank my Lord Jesus for giving me this Kentucky Derby win. It was him and Sovereignty who got me all the way to the wire. And, it meant the world to me. My family's here. I thought I had a great chance. Mr. Mott. I mean, I was so confident the whole week. I knew Mr. Mott could have done. Yeah, if I had to pick someone, it was Mr. Mott. And you know, like we've been a team for a while. It's just like it's more than even a dream come true just to have it done with him and the Godolphin people who have been very helpful throughout my career too.
Junior, you've overcome many injuries along the way, including an injury 5 weeks ago that set you back for 3 weeks, and he stuck by you. Did you expect that sort of loyalty?
You know, you never know sometimes in the business, but you know, he called me right the day I got out of the hospital. He said to me, you know, do what you need to do. If the horse wins, or finish second or third, you'll ride him back, and you ride all the horses you've been riding, you'll get back on it.
Okay, quickly, you're from Venezuela. Your father, Rafael, was a jockey. What's this mean for the family?
I can't even describe it. I'm pretty sure they're way over the moon right now. Thank you. Gracias. Papá, mamá, los quiero. Kelly, Adrián, Adeline, Axel, y Venezuela, para ti, Venezuela. Thank you.
I think that means he's happy. Let's go to Kenny Rice. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, Donna. I'm with the winning trainer, Bill Mott.
Wow. Pretty awesome. That superfecta was to be had. All of us liked Final Gambit on our group. Man, oh man. So did anybody collect? Frank Mustari has a $100 trifecta. That's sick. Yeah, man. I agree. This horse, we talked about it pre-race. The race in the Street Sense last year is a 2-year-old. Just likes this track, dominated, and did not need the Florida Derby. We talked about that. Bob, you did not bet Sovereignty. Well, I didn't bet him to win, but I had him on all my exotics. The problem was I centered around Luxor Cafe, and I had Baeza and Sovereignty on all my tickets, and I got greedy and wanted to throw the favorite out. So if it would have went 18-21-3, I make a ton of money, but I got greedy trying to throw the favorite off my ticket. But I didn't bet a lot. I'm going for a big, crazy score, right? I invested like $150 on this race. I'm trying to get a big boxcar balloon. I mean, if it goes, obviously if journalism doesn't show up, he did. But if it goes 18-21-3, I'm making tens of thousands of dollars. But that didn't happen. Now Frank, he's in a contest on Twin Spires. He probably did $100 try key 18 over 821. That's my guess. No, he said he had the 3 in there, so he probably had the 8. Yeah, he had the 18 over all 3 of them. Owen Almighty ran a big race. Yeah, man, invest a little bit of money on this day to make a lot. I mean, you could literally play like 100 to $200 in here, and if you hit, you're making thousands. You know, you don't have to bet $5,000. Just have fun and see if you can connect. Yeah, that was our fear for Citizen Bull. Pretty wicked. Publisher didn't run a lick. Sandman didn't run a lick. So it looks like the Keeneland races and the Arkansas Derby race. The Keeneland race, the Arkansas Derby race. There was nothing from the wood. It was pretty much, Santa Anita again, along with Sovereignty from Florida. That dominated the race here. Let's get a payoff, man. It's official. Can we get a payout? No objections or anything like that. So it's official. Now they got to calculate all the Sovereignty. There it is, 1796, 750. I'm interested to see what the trifecta pays for Frank. So he had the exacta. Yeah, the Preakness is going to be interesting. Here it is. The super high five. Holy shit, 38,000. I think Dylan Donnelly hit that based on the Lone Speed text group. Trifecta, $115. That's it. I got it. Well, that's a little lower than Frank thought, but he still hit it 200 times. So he made 20 grand on that. Plus his exacta. So he did good. He made, he did really well. Holy cow. How about that? Well, yeah, Dylan Donnelly hit the super high five for like 38,000. He also hit the super, the try, and the exacta, which those didn't pay a lot, but he's not betting the minimums. Probably betting, a $50 try, a 20, a $200 exacta. I think Rich Nielsen hit the pick six, the 2-day pick six. I don't even know what the hell that paid. And I want to say Steve DeCasper's hit in this race too, because I know he likes Sovereignty a lot. Anyway, guys, that was exciting. I'm gonna watch the Denver Nuggets game. I hope you guys enjoyed the content today. If you guys can, please like and subscribe to the channel. You guys can go and do that at Horsebit Racing. And we do a lot of stuff like this. I'll probably do the Preakness and the Belmont as well, so you guys can come back. So you might as well like and subscribe, hit the bell notification. When we're on for the Preakness and the Belmont, you can come by and watch us. Yeah, the Exacta paid $48, a trifecta $115, kind of low. Double was nothing, but the pick six. Man, the super high five paid $38,000. Wow. It's pretty amazing. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to watch the Nuggets win game 7. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys cash tickets on your next horse race that you guys bet. And we'll see you next time. Appreciate it, guys. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the flip side.